It always happens
Oh, alright, yeah, we're good.
when you watch it.
Oh my god, the spike.
Damn. Okay, yes.
Wait for me. I need the spike. I'll put the spike.
Oh no, he's already there.
Okay.
That was my bad, 100%.
No. Oh no.
Flash.
I had to do something, sorry. I flashed you.
Last player standing.
78.
Okay, honestly, right,
That was my bad. I threw that
pause it,
because-
pause it.
because I wanted to go and kill everyone, but then Omen was there already.
Ryan, pause it.
Yeah. Oh.
I felt like that fight against the Omen, right? You could have tossed the molly there.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
When I flashed, I was like, shit. Like,
The Molotov would have been a much better option than the flash. But other than that, the part where you try to flash and like go up, that was perfectly fine. That was fine.
Alright.
Yes.
Right. Yeah, it's fine.
Is there a wall?
That's still fine. Yeah. Nice. Got all that space. Outed at a decent position.
One spins.
Anyone have it?
One enemy remaining.
Oh. Let's go, Spring Pocket.
Alright, okay. Go back to the beginning of the round. The very beginning.
I'm using.
Oh.
Earlier. Okay. Even earlier. Okay, here, right? Pause it. Okay. When you swing, I want you to pay attention to your crosshair. It never once went up to ramp. Because after you cross, right, like the position that sometimes people will opt, right? After you cross that, your crosshair never went up to ramp to anticipate anything. It was just in the middle of nowhere. If you play it and take a look at it.
Heaven, because City takes longer to reach.
When you after you wide swing that, you should be aiming at heaven. You notice how like as soon as you cross, you just all this was fine. It's pretty good, honestly. One thing I would do different here. You can actually either pause it.
One spins.
Go back like 10 seconds and then pause it when I tell you to. So, okay, pause it here. Alright, so here, right? This position is actually fine because with your Jet, I think that's Henry. With Jet there, right? You guys have a pretty good crossfire for ramp, and all you had to do was stare at sewers. That you didn't need to move here. Now it's not wrong that you did, but here, right, you can play at this exact spot while looking at sewers. The moment you hear Henry fire his weapon, you swing. Or if you play it for a few more seconds as you cross to the other side. Boom. Alright, here, right? Okay, pause it. Yeah, here, right? You can play around this position where your crosshair is aiming straight at sewers, but the moment you hear your Jet shoot, you swing ramp. So you're watching a position while helping your teammates
being able to cover.
Yep.
Alright, got it.
Other than that, I liked how fast you went in and cleared all that space for your teammate. That was good. That was your job as Phoenix. Alright. Okay.
Go on.
One there.
On my eyes.
Stage heaven.
Jesus
Oh, my smoke.
Christ.
He's on side. I can't see.
I see a lot of things wrong with this round.
A lot of sight.
No.
Player standing.
No one saw that.
Okay. Pull it back to as we were about to exit B. Even earlier. Okay. It's good. Pause it here. You should go to the right and wall it, right? Because we don't have a sage or anything like that to create a wall. So normally when I'm playing with Josh, right, you should, as Phoenix, use your wall to replace the sage wall. Do you understand what I mean?
Yep.
So if you do that, the whole hell and rafters doesn't have a clear shot onto us. That's one. Number two, you never used your Molotov, right? You can either Molotov the site itself so that they can't swing us as we are pushing in, or you could try the Molotov backside. I don't think it's big enough to cover the whole spot, but it's good enough to force him out of a preferable off angle. Like if you tossed it all the way to the back, he'll have to move forward. Like he'll have to like hug the backside wooden thingy. Do you understand what I mean?
Yep.
So doing that, right, he wouldn't be able to be all the way back and pick us off if there was someone there, hypothetically speaking. And you never used your flashes. Now, I did flash, but you should... Here's what I would do. It's hard to say what's right or wrong. After the wall, right, I would actually flash out of it to kill someone, either hell, rafters, or heaven. Like, try to go to the right. Yeah, you...
I think, okay, like this part, right, I was playing Phoenix wrongly. Because like the in our last game, I did exactly what you were telling me, except the molly lah.
Okay.
I did wall here. I did flash out and just go through.
Okay. The molly, right, is not... It's the least important thing out of everything I said. But if assuming you didn't use it to, as we're pushing in, to hold them off from peeking, you can put it at CT choke point before you started to plant the bomb. You notice how you went straight to plant the bomb?
Yeah, this round, like, it's very badly played.
Yep. You can at least molly the CT right here and then plant, right? So anyone who was hiding in the smoke might get greedy and decide to push out, and they'll just get absolutely destroyed. Oh no, that's the static.
Then only I thought of doing.
The static. Alright, play it. God damn, yeah, screw it. We'll have to live with it.
Okay,
mute it.
Eric,
yeah?
also, if you want to know my thought process again, because some parts maybe, yeah.
Sure. The whole plan went to shit because Henry decided to do what he did.
Yeah, I realized I didn't look at ramp again.
Yep.
Nobody saw that molly is supposed to go elbow.
Okay. Alright, well, okay, flash. There was no, like, anytime you're about to burst out of a smoke, make sure you use your flashes. Well, from everything I could see there, it seems like it's just two things. One, you didn't aim at Ram again. Two, when you're coming out of a smoke, you must flash. If you watch Josh, right, every time he's about to come out of a smoke, or just any high level player in general, they will flash. Because if they don't, they're supposed to die. That molly failed, so yeah, that's the extent of what I can tell you.
Alright, got it.
Not a fan of this kind of radar, but that's personal preference. Because you can't see you can't see the whole map at the same time. No, it rotates, right? But I am not the focus. Wait, yeah. Basically, I can see the whole map.
On ropes, Reyna ropes.
Okay.
No, 8.
Okay. This is fine. Like up to this point, where you outed and the way you fought the Sage is fine, right? Hold up. Boom. Okay. Here, right? One. Pause it. Okay. You could have flashed. Personally, I would have, because right, you wouldn't flash your teammate because of the Sage wall and how your flash curves. If I would curve it to the right, personally, so that the Reyna next to you would not get flashed because your curveball curves, and there's a Sage wall there blocking it, so it would flash ropes and be heaven, like the general vicinity, while not flashing your own teammates. That's one. Number two, the way you approach the fight with this Sage, knowing there was a Reyna at ropes, is correct, right? You just fuck the Reyna. I'm just gonna shoot this Sage. Play it for like 2 seconds. Okay. Play it for a little bit more. Okay, here, right? Pause it. there was two things you could do. One, you either completely ignore this and just keep on pushing to B heaven and to get all of that space and try to even see if you can spot where the B player is. Or you decide, alright, I'm going to try to run this Reyna down. But you ended up doing both. Like you tried to do in the middle and it resulted in nothing. Like this part here, you still had half of your out left and I felt like it was a waste. Even though like, you know, you killed the Sage and everything, it could have been more. It could have been even more. Like play it and pay attention.
Okay, I think I noticed two things for myself, right? One, I'm not used to calling out flashes, so sometimes I don't flash.
Oh, just call it every time, like flashing.
Okay. Yeah. Then this is one of the problem, like not being able to decisively do one thing.
Okay.
One ropes, Reyna ropes.
Then I went back to my original plan, which is this.
So here, right, like that amounted to nothing. Whereas if you just picked one, you would have accomplished more. Solo kill. Right. Fine. Oh, okay. Please break the wall. Okay. Pause it. I feel like I need to get this out of the way. Sage wall comes up. Please just break it. And here's something I would do. Instead of just breaking one panel, break two. Like the two wall in the center, because if you just break one, the choke point is so small. If you try to go through it with nothing, they will slaughter you. You need to break the panel on the right as well, so that the choke point is no longer that small, and the person that might be hiding to your right, like you know, the behind the ice, the most right panel, someone could be hiding behind that. And if you go in like this, that person definitely has the advantage on you. But if you break that panel, the second one to your right, you would definitely have the advantage instead. So when the Sage wall comes up, just destroy it. If you wait for it, it gives them so much like safety net. Sage wall comes up, destroy it. It's even better if you destroy it before it hardens. Too many people are paranoid of the peak, but don't be paranoid of the peak.
Okay.
Most of the times they won't, and when they do, the odds of them killing you is not that high if you're very cautious of it. Like every time when I'm spraying a wall that freshly just went up, I am ready to get out of the way. Like my fingers are literally on the button to just strafe back into cover. Go on. Oh no. Right. Oh, good. So yeah, right now I'll break that panel to the right. Yeah.
Right at this moment.
Alright.
I'm just gonna chill here. Wait for it.
What is this timing?
Man, sounds like your Omen had bad timing.
What? One guy's in CT?
Last player standing.
Bruh.
My bad.
That Yoru just left and then the guy came from CT.
Seconds left.
Alright.
I was gonna say flash.
Pause it. So one thing I want to say here is, as Phoenix, right? Like the way you play wouldn't be wrong if you were someone like Omen instead. But the fact that you're Phoenix, you're supposed to engage into the gunfights itself. So what I saw there was you being everywhere, right? Like you were at middle at the start of the round, but you never really aggressed it or tried to make something happen. You just stayed far back and hoping someone would peek you and you'd get a free gunfight, which is very unlikely. And then you just went to A. So yeah,
right.
The way you're playing is not necessarily wrong, but because you're playing Phoenix, then I feel like you're being way too passive.
Okay.
Okay. Alright. Sick. That was unnecessary. When you held down mouse 1, right? Okay. You should only hold down mouse 1, like when you're flashed, when you have no choice, right? If you looked at your own situation, if you looked at your own situation, you could easily have just went to the right side and be safe. Like, you know, where that plant is that you shot a bullet to? You could easily go there. Right here, you could just go there instead. Because of where the spot the flash came from, you know he stairs. He can't be all the way up to your face by the time you can see again. And you also have your Reyna behind you.
I think at that part I was just like, I'm just gonna go in, then you will probably get him.
Oh, okay.
So it's
Alright.
Mr. World's Fastest Rotate.
Yeah, I think this one has nothing interesting.
I baited someone here.
Okay,
I think it's Henry.
honestly, this spot, right? I feel like you're not ready to swing at all, like for that whole period, for that whole time frame. Because what you're doing, every moment matters. Right here, right? What you're doing makes zero sense. So yes, your teammate has the angle. You're clearly holding nothing because of the fact that your teammate has the angle. Instead, you could either you could hold the angle with him as 2 players, or you can get ready to swing. Like the way you are right here, you're not ready. Do you understand what I mean? If you're aiming towards the left into the wall, right, you'd be a lot more ready to swing than if you had to adjust your mouse and run around the corner.
Okay, yeah, right. Here I was ready to swing, but yeah, I guess I wasn't doing the right thing to swing.
I feel like these things, the idea is right. It's just the little margins, like the smallest details. Because every millisecond matters in a game like this. Because when you swing, you still have to move your crosshair like that. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So it's not the biggest deal, but it's like, why wouldn't you want to give yourself all the slightest advantage? It's like it's free. It's free. All right, again a wall. That would have been great.
There's a hole in the smoke. I think.
No. Dude.
Oh, that's unlucky, dude. I don't know why that Omen repicked.
Yeah,
that's
I was
pretty
like,
stupid. Yep.
I was like gonna molly him out of position, then he picked up. I'm like,
Yeah,
bruh.
I personally,
sure.
I don't feel like that was your fault, because if that Omen was good, right, he would either TP across or flash before he repicked again. Like, let's assume you just had your gun out ready, he swings out, you absolutely demolish him.
Oh, okay. Here, right, I feel like it's my fault because of this. Like, I can see him here. He cannot move back already. You know, like after the split update, there's so little space, right? I feel like I should have just pushed in and gunned him down. Because I'm pretty sure he realized he doesn't have space. So that's why he picked so fast.
I think you could have pushed him and gunned him down, but that's super unnecessary. When you have the man advantage and the whole side and they need to come out of a choke point, you don't really have to chase the kill.
I mean, not to say gun him down, but okay, I can stand here and I can see I can see his full shoulder from here. Yeah, that's why I felt like this molly wasn't the right choice at this moment.
Yeah, I think before the patch it would have been great. Okay. Flash.
This one I got brain fart in this round.
Alright. Wait. Oh boy.
I right click that.
Hold on. Okay, can you play it back? Alright, can you play it back again? Like from your POV from the start. Okay. Fine.
Okay, actually I noticed crosshair placement here was shit.
Heaven. Come heaven.
Okay. Yes. Crosshair placement is shit, but I'm seeing this trend with the way you play, right? This is you every, like, so far from what I can see. Every time it is gunfight first, utility second. Do you notice that? The way you play, yeah. I'm seeing this at almost every round. It's always gunfight first, utility second. When that should, especially as a duelist, it should never be like that. Utility first. Yeah.
What should I have done?
Here?
Yeah, here.
You could, okay, look at where your teammate is at and the fact that CT is smoked, right?
Yeah.
Right here, I felt like you can molly something as you swung, right? If you wanted, you could have mollied ramp. So your teammates behind you don't have to worry about someone peeking as they are attacking with you. That's just an example, number one. Another one is, I'm not too sure if you know this. If you go a little bit to the right now, you can molly heaven already. Like, your Phoenix molly can actually bounce. Like, not as much as Brim's, but it can actually bounce. So if you aim at you see where the dart is? No, do you see where the dart is?
Yeah.
If you bounce it there, it will land at where you wanted to throw it later on.
Yep. Don't know when to flash.
Something very important I completely forgot to mention upon all that. Please molly elbow.
Heaven.
Okay.
Like, anyone that has any sort of molly type ability, like, I don't know, Brim, Killjoy, whatever,
Oh my god.
or even Raze, right? Send your robot to elbow. I noticed they like to peek from elbow, even though it's not a good idea. But they always do that.
I always play elbow also.
Oh yeah,
I like to if it's a full-on rush, I like to let them come in and then play from this spot.
Yep.
One screens, one heaven.
I feel like if the moment you molly off elbow, and since screens is smoked, right? The focus becomes so narrow, the whole gunfight would be so much easier. What did I miss?
Second half.
Alright, go ahead.
A lot.
Yeah, it's B.
That's fine.
Wow, you freaking got me some more.
Careful, Yoru's off.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Happy TV backside.
Honestly, I have no idea what the fuck your Jinkai is doing right here. Like, the choke point is smoked, you mollied it, but it falls back to CT. What?
Yeah. I think after this I told Jinkai, because when I told him to carry the op, right, I meant to like go
backside, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's so.
Yeah, I'm like, then I saw Jinkai come out. I was like, screw that guy. I'm not gonna pick. This part was it wrong, or should I have went up and helped him? I feel like Henry. I expected Henry to die now. Like right now, I expected him to die because 3 guys are going.
Okay. Remember what you did? Remember what you did with that flashbang and you go up the zip? I would have done that right there. Like that exact same thing, I would have done that. You could have either done what you did where you just flash up and take the zip up. They'll probably be flashed and you might get 2. Another thing you can do, right? Okay, hold up. No, just continue playing. Okay, so you see, Henry's about to get absolutely demolished here. Your position, right, is bad in that situation because when you know that all the enemies in one spot, you don't want to stay in a what they like to call one and done spot. You only play one and done spots if you can afford to go 1-for-1, or if you're Reyna. That spot, right? You know how much the enemy checks it. Like, I check it every time. You check it every. It's a default. Everyone checks it. So best case scenario, realistically speaking, you get one, you die, you get traded. Your teammate at CT, the Sova, is completely useless in this duel right here because the Sova can't do anything. When they check your position, they will lean to the right side and then look to the left. So CT can't do a thing. Your teammate, the only person you can count on to get the refrag, is the player at pillar, which he did. So I feel like the position was not that good of an idea for the round itself. I think I would have played the
okay, like here my plan was to flash.
Yep.
Flash, and then I expected Henry to die, but he didn't die. Then I know they were coming in, so I just stuck myself to this corner.
Okay.
Oh no, they're not going to A. What?
I still think, right, the first choice option you should have done is to play very reactively. Put yourself in Henry's shoes. How fucked is he from a scale of 1 to 10? 10, right? I give that a solid 10. He's guaranteed to die. But if you suddenly pop one flash, it's not that guaranteed anymore. I want you to just put yourself in Henry's shoes for a second, right? You're in a losing fight, 3 guys are swinging you. One flash pops, all 3 of the enemies and you are blind. Are you happy with that? If you're Henry, like if
so it didn't matter if I flashed him because there was 3 guys.
Because he's guaranteed to die. Yes. If your teammate is guaranteed to die, but you're gonna flash him and 3 of the enemies that would save his life, yes, you should do it.
I wonder if he's an arena. He can get 1 kill and then he can just...
then please don't. Yeah, if it was that, because here's the thing. If the Jett has a dash and isn't using it now, that's the Jett's fault. The Jett just sucks. Any good Jett would be able to just, well, I mean, not good Jett. Any Jett with a dash right here would dash away. You're so dead if you don't move. So it's safe to assume he doesn't have one. And if he does and he's not using it, that's 100% his fault.
When I asked you to carry your ball, I didn't mean to fall back.
Yeah, honestly, that was 100% Jinkai's fault there. I felt like he could have just...
2B.
Can he be roped, Henry?
Oh my bad.
Oh, what is this?
Okay, Ryan, from what I can see, you need to acknowledge that your Phoenix Molly has a little bit of bounce to it, right? You don't have to swing the whole thing to put it down. You can hit the right wall and it will land in the center.
2B.
The right wall?
Can he be roped?
Do you know which one I'm talking about?
But it's this one, right?
No. The choke points right wall. You see where?
Okay, that one.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
If you throw it to that one, they will never have the chance to even shoot you, all while you putting your molly down. Yep.
I got caught off guard because of how fast they pushed in. Like after I picked them, I didn't expect them to push like within the next 2 seconds. Like right here, if I knew they were coming in, I'll probably flash. But I did not expect them to be like that fast. So like,
hold up, continue playing it first.
Can he be roped, Henry?
Oh my bad.
Oh, what is this?
That's a bit unfortunate. Because you went back to your pistol before you decided to molly.
This part I was like, oh, they're not doing anything. I switched back to my pistol. Then suddenly it's like all the utility come out. I'm like, I should molly.
Okay, let's assume you didn't switch to a pistol, you had your molly, then the moment you see the wall and the Reyna flash, you straight molly, you go back into cover, then you pop the flash. Because of that molly, you've separated at least 2 players, like my assumption. You've separated the other teammates from pushing, and apparently it's the Reyna and the Sage, they would be blind. So you might be able to pick one off. Considering you have a classic, one is more realistic. So if you can just pick one off and fall back, that would be great.
The body is still
Got you. That wrong.
But to be fair, there's not much you could have like done. because you had no armor and a
Yeah,
classic.
we didn't buy it, right?
Yeah, but those are just little things that could have been a little better.
Yeah, they don't know how to split. Confirm, yeah.
That's funny because the name of the map is Split, and they don't know how to split. Get it? Cause like split up. All right.
Alright, call flash.
Yeah. Alright, go flash.
What the hell is this freaking right click?
Last one's in CT.
Alright, pull it back. I mean, like, we're not here to review Swifty. I'm just gonna talk about your flash. Okay, here, right? Pause it. This flash can be thrown a lot better. If you stand more left, right? You will allow your flash to curve behind the wall.
Oh, okay. I get it.
Middle.
Alright. What? Oh.
Flashing that.
Nice.
Alright. Pause it. I tried to generate what, like, my own thoughts of what I would have done as I was watching this live, right? Here's what I would have done right here. Pause it. I will take out my Molotov and I would molly the choke point. Right here.
Yeah, I think usually I do that. I don't know why I didn't do it, to be honest.
Alright. Yep.
I think cause like once I heard them coming in, my mind was like set on I'm going to ult. So then I
Okay, cause here's the thing, here's the thing, pause it. When you throw the Molotov, right, one or two things can happen. One, it discourages them from pushing in right away. That's a good thing. Buy time for rotation, blah 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 blah. Two, let's say their timing was really fast. You've just cut off half the team. Another thing, I feel like right here, I personally would not have ulted at that exact location. Because I feel like that spot is so a bit too close to the cover where they can easily kill your clone. Like, no, not your clone, your real body.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
It's
From
literally
what you're saying,
yeah.
I think if they were to push me right here,
You're dead. You're dead.
definitely we did.
You're dead.
But okay, I was playing from elbow.
I feel
so
like if you just took 2 steps to your left, that would have been better. Like you see how that person, if he's there, right, he can see your arm. Like
Oh, okay, yeah.
do you understand what I mean? If they pushed forward and they hugged the left side, right, they can see your whole arm.
One's elbow.
You just take 2 steps to the left and you'll be in much better position.
Right, got
Honestly,
you.
better. So
If you're playing like Immortal Radiant, right, I guarantee you that Jet would have dashed and ended you. Guarantee. Like after your clone died, Jet would have just dashed and ended you.
Yoru flash A. I mean mid, sorry. A lot of flashing. Here, we have it.
What?
Was he even flashed? I think I didn't get him. A lot of flashing. I think here I expected them to be like rushing up me already. Because of how much like they use so much, but when I pick out it's like what? They're not even here.
You have to remember you used your Molotov.
Oh, true.
Bro.
True.
Okay. Personally, okay, like I'm just telling you things I would do instead. Because I feel like your plays, or at least whenever I say personally, what I mean is I feel like what you did isn't wrong. It's just not what I would have done. Like it's not wrong. I would have flashed instead. Like you see,
Sure.
Yep. Like here, right? When you felt the pressure, I would flash, peek out, try to get 1 kill. Like in a really short amount of time. Like as soon as you heard the Yoru flash, you hear them stomping up, and you hear and you see the smoke at ropes. I would flash, get the info of how many people is there, try to kill one. Try being the keyword. Staying alive is the main objective. after the flash, you can know exactly how many people, like roughly, and then you molly, because when you flash, it will delay them as well. Moment you flash, you see how many people, you try to kill someone. As soon as you're on your way back into cover, you pull out your Molotov. If the pressure is real, you put it down.
Then I try here.
No, you put it at the same spot.
Oh yeah.
Yep, same spot. I just would have flashed instead. As a friend of mine said, like he's really good at the game too. He said how like good players try to find opportunities to pick players off, right? Because it's very hard, especially in Valorant where there's no fixed spray pattern or anything. It's hard to completely slaughter them as they're coming in by yourself with one mag. That's very hard. Whereas, because in Valorant, since there's no fixed pattern, you need to do this more than ever. You have to find chances to pick one guy off over and over until you whittle them down to they have like 3 players. And 90% of the time, these chances don't just appear. You have to create these chances. So if you flash someone, you peek out and he's literally standing in the middle of the stairs, right? Example, you can get that kill, which is the opportunity to pick players off that he talks about. That one flash would have generated that chance.
Alright.
Okay. When you're doing this, right, I recommend you do it with your knife instead. Like the way you are picking it. There was no intent of a real fight, right? The way you were jiggling this with your gun out, there was no intent of a real fight. Then do it with your knife. It's a small advantage, like you just move slightly faster, but you want every advantage you can get. The knife will make you even faster and harder to hit. Because the odds of you dinking someone as you're fading away like that is very slim. Honestly, I felt like this was fine. Yeah, that was fine. That was fine. Molly.
You're gonna be somewhere, yeah.
Nice. That my that molly was planned to go in.
Reyna heaven.
Oh yeah, this
Oh
one.
my god, how did every bullet miss? One ramp.
I thought Yoru was still alive here.
Heaven, one ramp.
Oh.
Nobody side,
One
nobody
here,
side.
one here.
Alright. The biggest I have concluded, the biggest thing that's fucking you over with Phoenix is the molly. Straight up. At least if from this game, right, the observation, you're always waiting for the perfect moment to put down your molly, which doesn't exist. And you're not utilizing the fact that it has a little bit of bounce to it. You're always trying to visually see it and throw it in a straight line. There is a small bounce you can abuse, and every time, right, they're executing, just molly the choke point. Just molly the choke point. There was no need to
yeah, I think whatever you said, quite true. Like I have had games where there was like a perfect molly, but usually I don't know, the way I play with the molly is more like I get one kill, I fall back and I use it.
Oh, I think, right, here's the thing, the molly regenerates after 2 kills, so you want to use your molly before you even start a fucking fight.
But oh yeah, true. I never think of like
the
abilities that way. Like even Jet, right? I always like do something first. Then if I kill Dan only.
Okay, yeah. Remember to use the molly first, because it can regenerate after 2 kills. And that's what I realized when I use Phoenix. I don't main it, but sometimes I play it for fun. Holding down executes and rushes, right? You don't have to slaughter the whole team yourself, but putting the molly down, as soon as you hear the execute, you see the places are smoked off, and depending on who you're playing against, you start to get a rough idea. Like maybe Breach will flash a stun, or like a Brimstone smokes and all that. When it comes in, right, you need to use your utility to combat their utility. That's actually the name of the game. When you get to higher rank, right, it's not just, oh, I could headshot 4 of them and I won the round for my team. It's more of a utility combat of how much can you get out of your utility. If it's really well done, one utility could force the enemy to use more, and if they use more than you do, that was a good transaction. But that's some I don't think that's that relevant in gold, but yeah.
I think another reason why I don't molly here is that I like to flash out and try to shoot them. I think if I molly, then I flash, then like things fly in, then they know I'm here, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I kind of like, it's like a surprise factor lah.
Okay.
That's just what I think.
Okay, I want you to remove that surprise factor from your thought process. There is no surprise. If I am the enemy, right, I know. At this moment right here, no cap, if I was the enemy, I know there is either one guy screens, elbow, or in the smoke, like in these 3 places, because of the smoke. And I would never put this smoke to begin with. This smoke kind of sucks.
Yeah, this smoke sucks. I just went in because I was like, oh look.
The smoke is horrible. But even without it, it is safe to say there is no surprise factor. As long as you put your Molotov down, you're either delaying the whole enemy team, which is good for your team to rotate, or you're separating them off and then you flash. Because if you separate them off and then you flash, it becomes a more manageable task to pick them off. Sometimes, right, even if you flash and you see 4 enemies all running to different directions full blind, it can be hard to pick 2 guys to just absolutely demolish.
Yeah, that has happened to me for sure.
Yeah, it's happened to everyone. Alrighty, does anyone else have some questions? Mr.
So many people here.
I know, right? Oh, the stream has ended. Well, and so has the video. Thank you for watching. Alright, it's probably a stupid joke.